So our next topic is fundamental of spatial filtering. So now we will see how to do filtering in spatial domain. So our next topic is fundamental of spatial filtering. Before moving ahead, you should know the new term which is coming here, that is known as filter. Basically, you know from our past discussion that whenever you are process any image, so whenever you are passing any image, normally you are processing your image in two domain. One is spatial domain and another is known as frequency domain. So normally we have discussed a lot about spatial, and we will see later in discussion how to process your image through frequency. But for right now, you should know you can process your image either through spatial domain or through frequency domain. If I say I am processing my image using spatial domain, meaning is very simple, that we are processing our digital image, which let's say is represented like this. Okay, so any image point, let's say fxy is here, out of any point you are here. Okay, so this is, let's say, f of x of y, you are processing this point. So whenever you are telling that you are processing in spatial domain, means you are processing in image plane a particular pixel. Okay, so you are processing pixel by pixel, whatever operation you are doing, either for enhancing intensity, brightness, for any kind of things you are doing, then simply what you are doing, you are simply processing a particular pixel and then you are moving to next pixel. After processing this pixel, you move to this pixel, this pixel, this pixels, and so on throughout the whole image plane. So that is the meaning of spatial domain, let's say, working. If you are working in a frequency domain, means what? First of all, you are converting your image into its Fourier transform. If you are talking about that you are processing your image in frequency domain, where you are processing your image, you are not directly processing your image on image plane. First of all, you are converting your image into Fourier transform representation of that image, and then you process that. And again you do inverse Fourier transform to return back our image. So one term that I want to explain it here, filter. Filter is not a term which is directly coming from spatial domain. It is a common term which is very much popular in frequency domain. So in a frequency domain, normally we say there are filter, and normally we say there are two kind of filter. One is known as low pass filter and one is known as high pass filter. Those who are from electronics background, they can relate the things very well in signal processing, but for being in computer science and IT, you can understand very simple. A filter nature can be of two type, either it could be low pass filter or high pass filter. If I say my filter is low pass, meaning is what? Meaning is very simple. It can only allow, pass means it can only provide path to low frequency component of my image. So from here it is very clear that filter is coming terms in a frequency domain only. Clear? So if my filter is low pass filter, it will allow only low frequency component in my image from my Fourier transform to pass through, and it will obstruct all high frequency component. So that is known as low pass filter. If my filter is high pass filter, what will be my nature? Nature will be, it will allow my high frequency component in the resultant image, but it will obstruct our low frequency component. So there are a lot of use. For what purpose you are processing your image, accordingly you use either low pass filter or high pass filter. If I say I am using low pass filter is only allowing low frequency component, so that may be using for smoothing purpose, for smoothing of our image, or it may be for blurring purpose. So that is a very simple phenomena, that in that you are simply using low pass filtering. So that is one way. So if I have today discussion, we are talking about filtering, but filtering in spatial domain. So how it is correspond this thing into this thing, that here rather than obtaining everything using frequency, using this filter, same thing you can obtain by using mask. By using mask, I will explain this term just now. By using mask in spatial. So if I want to process my image in image plane, and we do not want to process a particular pixel, but rather than our focus is to change the value of a particular pixel by considering the neighbors of the pixel, by considering the neighbors of the pixels. Then in that case, if you want to process the image and you want to filter that image, then simply you use masking operation or filtering operation. Clear? So filtering is a direct term which is coming from frequency domain, but we will see how filters, how mask, how kernel, these are the same terms of one thing. Masking, filters, kernel, template, people may refer one thing into another way. Fine. So if you are processing your image in image plane, so we will discuss right now how to process our image using mask in spatial. I hope things are clear. So whenever you are not directly processing a single pixel, but you are changing the value of a single pixels by looking into its corresponding neighbors and using some kind of mask, and then resultant value you are reflecting on fxy position, then this kind of operations are known as spatial domain filtering. Clear? So if this thing is clear, we will move ahead and we will tell you what is the general nature of mask. So roughly if you see, mask size is either 3 cross 3, 5 cross 5 or 7 cross 7. So depends on your need, depends on the scenario, you may be having different kind of mask. So mask, let's say I have represented like this, 3 cross 3. So this will be simply 3 cross 3 mask. Clear? 5 cross 5, 5. So roughly if you see, mask is represented in a form of M cross N matrix also. You can say M cross N matrix. So now we will see how to use mask along with my image in XY plane. Okay, so my image fxy will be processed through mask, and by operating this mask coinciding, you can say coincides with the image plane, I will process each and every pixels, not directly looking into the value of a particular pixel, but based on the mask coincides with its neighbor, we will process our whole image plane, and accordingly we change the value of each and every pixels of image plane. So if this kind of things you are doing, that is known as filtering in spatial domain or spatial filtering domain. So there are different kind of masks that are known as spatial mask. Okay, so 3 cross 3, 5 cross 5, 7 cross 7, so many masks you can design and you can operate over 1 dimension image, 2 dimension image or 3 dimension image. We will see one by one. Okay, so let's see one example and see how basically you are processing your image along with its mask to process your image in spatial domain. That is the basics of spatial filtering. So now see how to process an image by using a mask. So first of all, let's say you are representing your image fxy, where x is in this direction, y is in this direction, and let's say you are processing this particular point f of xy. So its neighbor will be where? You normally know what is the position will be the neighbor of this 3 cross 3, let's say this particular pixel. Neighbor will be diagonal neighbor as well as your horizontal and vertical neighbor. So if this location is xy, 1 minus location will be what? 1 minus location will be represented by -1, and 1 forward location will be represented normally by +1. And this is the x-axis. Clear? This is representing what? X-axis. So this position will be what? Very simple. This will be f of x. Clear? This will be f of x. X is same. Y minus 1 and y plus 1. So this pixel will be representing what? F of x comma y minus 1. And this will be represented by f of x comma y plus 1. You just know, remember one thing. If you are writing in this side, you are increasing y. If you are writing in this side, you are decreasing y. If you are writing vertically down, you are increasing x. If you are writing vertically up, you are decreasing x. So this point will be what? Simply you tell f of x minus y. F of x minus y, and this point for x coordinate will be what? F of x plus 1. Clear? And if this is xy and 1 down here, y minus 1. This will be also y minus 1. Clear? This is f of xy, so this point is now clear. This position will again be what? F of x plus 1. This position will be what? F of x plus 1. And what will be the y position? Very simple. What will be the y position here? Y positions is in this side y minus 1, in this side y plus 1. So this will be y plus 1. And this will be simply y location. Clear? Similarly for this is x minus 1. So f of x minus 1 and y. And last will be what? F of x minus 1 and y plus 1. Simply you are representing by using a very simple technique that if this pixel is under consideration for processing using some mask or filter, you are more or less operating on its neighbor, not on xy. And based on neighbor and the mask that I am just telling you, you are coinciding that mask over this by using convolution or correlation operation or some other operation. You get a resultant value, and that resultant value will be reflected here. That's point, or a particular pixel under consideration. So mask, let's say we are considering one mask, and mask is represented, let's say, by W. So mask position is represented by W, and let's say you are considering the same way 3 cross 3 mask. So if this is W, this is 0, 0, let's say. This is W 0, 0. So same way we can represent here, this position will be what? This will be 0, and but y is minus 1. Similarly this position will be what? W you can write, this position will be 0, but y will be plus 1. Similarly this W will be what? X is increasing in this direction, so this will be 1, and y will be same. This is decreasing in this direction, so x will be minus 1, x will be minus 1, x will be minus 1. This is plus 1, this is 0, this is minus 1. Same way that I have done in xy, you follow the same strategy. Okay, this position will be what? X is increasing in this direction, so this will be 1, but y is minus 1, and this is 1, and y will be plus 1. So in every place you can write W. So this is your mask different coordinates, you can say. So 3 cross 3 mask is represented like this. So 3 cross 3 mask is represented normally by this kind of scenario. Now, whenever you are using or processing this fxy image using this mask, you simply get a resultant answer. So what is that resultant answer? That is very simple. That is sum of the product of each and every point location. Sum of the product of each and every point location. So you will keep this W over this. Let's say I am processing this. So what will be the resultant here? F of x minus y, comma y minus 1 position will be multiplied by this, plus this position will be multiplied by this, plus same way. And that is the meaning of sum of the product of W cross fxy. Okay, so if you see mathematically, resultant answer you are getting, let's say you are processing one image under consideration here, you are getting like this. So mathematically this is represented like r is equal to, how you will represent? R is equal to f of x minus 1 comma y minus 1 multiplied by W of minus 1 minus 1 plus f of x minus 1 comma y into W of minus 1 comma 0 multiply that. At last what you will do, you will take this position. Similarly f of x plus 1 comma y plus 1 multiplied by W of 1 comma 1. So this is the resultant answer you are getting, and that is the meaning of sum of the, that is nothing, you are simply coinciding this over this. That is the spatial filtering. You are using some mask over some image plane and processing a particular pixel based on the value of its neighbor, not directly on this. If you remember your beginning lecture, image enhancement technique, there we are processing pixel by pixel without considering the nature of its neighbor. Okay, so that is the different thing. Here you are processing pixel but by using some kind of tool, and that tool is your mask, filter, kernel, template, whatever you say. So resultant answer will be like this. So now you see the general formula for spatial domain filter. So in general you can see the equation of spatial filtering, that you are getting g of x of y, resultant image you are getting when you are doing summation over minus a to a and minus b to b. Okay, and image is of mask is of w of st multiplied by image f of x plus s and y plus t. Now you try to understand this formula, that is same we have discussed just now. So weight or mask of size s cross t, let's say roughly you are representing mask by using size small m cross n, and your image is represented by capital size m cross n, where you are multiplying and you are getting that summation, sum of the product that I have just told you. And simply a and b is nothing, it's a basically nothing, it's a m minus 1 by 2, that is the size of mask of m cross n size, and n is nothing, that is already told to you, and b is not same, n minus 1 by 2. Okay, and x and y is the representation of your original image, and small n and small n are representation of your size of mask. So x will be varying from what? 0 to what? M cross n size, so 0 to m minus 1 in vertically down and 0 to n minus 1 in horizontal direction. So roughly if you see mathematically in any book, those who are good in electronics, they can understand well, but otherwise, whatever I have told to you, simply that is the meaning of this particular formula. Say you are doing sum of product of coinciding each and every position of your mask over each and every pixel, x plus s2 y plus t. Okay, mask you are scaling down from one location. Once you have processed this, now you are moving your mask of that size to next position, and accordingly you get your resultant answer and changing your next pixel. Similarly again you are moving your mask, moving till you are getting your last pixel get processed, and then you stop this process and summation of this is your answer. That is the basic of spatial filtering. Now, two more things I want to tell you right now here before moving to the question. Once you will do the questions about this process that we have discussed just now, things will be more clear, and things are very simple. Just now theoretically if you see, things will be little bit seems like more mathematical, but once you know how to solve the numerical, you will understand how basically things are happening inside over the image plane. So before moving ahead, there are two very common you can say popular operations. One is known as convolution and another is known as correlation. So whenever you are processing your image using filter, two very popular things you should know, two very popular terms. One is known as finding correlation and finding convolution. So whenever mask is given to you and image is given to you, size of image will be given to you, image pixel value will be given to you, a mask will also be given to you, you will be asked to find out the correlation. After correlation operation, what is the answer of your resultant image? After convolution operation, what is the answer of that image? So whenever you are processing either convolution or correlation, what two things will be given to you? One will be mask is given to you, mask of particular size. If 1D array, then mask of that size will be given to you. If 2D array, then mask of different size will be given to you, along with your image. Image data will also be given to you. The image and mask will be given to you, and you have to perform correlation or convolution. Now it's the same the way I have told you. Masking is an operation either by you can perform either by using correlation or by convolution. Only difference between correlation and convolution operation is that you convert, or you can say you rotate. In convolution you rotate your mask by 180 degree. I will tell you what is the meaning of this. So before processing, before padding something over the image plane, okay, padding, what is padding, I will tell you later on. First thing you should try to understand, correlation and convolutions operations are more or less same in nature. Only biggest difference before beginning of doing any operations or using mask is that in convolution, first of all, you change your mask or rotate your mask by 180 degree. Whatever the mask plane is given to you. If it is 1D plane, very simple. 1D plane mask will be right, let's say it's a 1, 2, 3. So 180 degree, if you are rotating, it will be what? It will be 3, 2, 1. If it is 2D plane, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am telling you to perform convolution, then you have to rotate it 180 degree. 180 degree rotation means, first of all, 2 steps you have to perform. 1 step also you can perform in 1 step, but try to do like this. First step is, first you vertically change. So vertically change will be, resultant will be what? 2 will up, 1 will be down, 4 will be up, 3 will be down. Once vertically change is over, now you change is horizontally. Horizontally this will become 4, this will become 2, and this will become 3, and this will become 1. So if I rotate it 180 degree, my answer will be like this. So for convolution, you need to remember one thing. Before performing any operation over the image plane, you have to rotate your mask. But for correlation, you can directly use your mask either in 1D array, I will use directly like this. If it is 2D array, I will use directly like this. So these two operations are very much important operation. In next question section, I will tell you how to perform convolution and correlation over a given image plane. We will discuss numerical to make the things more clear in nature.